Hey guys, and welcome to episode 5 of Walking Through Real Solves. This video, just like the last episode, is going to be solves with ZBLL. So let's get started. Okay, so first up, for this scramble I did something kind of suboptimal and I'm not really sure why. I chose green cross and you saw this edge here, this one solved. This one, one move from solved. This one also one move from solved. So the way I saw was I did an L to bring out this pair here. Then I solved these two with R prime, D, R, D prime. And then I rotated to solve that. What I could have done is just inserted this cross edge here and then done the D prime to finish, but I decided to rotate. Insert the cross edge like that. And then rotate back to do this pair anyways, which I think I tracked in inspection. So I'm really not sure why I was that inefficient, doing both 2 more rotations than I needed to and also more moves. But anyways, this pair here, bring it out like that, and insert. As I'm doing that I can see these two, so I can just cancel, and then put them in the back. And then from here I did this pair, while noting this pair as well, because it's pretty easy to just track. So I paired these up like that, put them in, and then this pair here is just simple, standard like that. And then this ZBLL, the way this one works for recognition is it's T, these two colors match, these two colors match, and then there's a U-perm going this way with the opposite color here. So that's just anti-soon, U, soon, and done. So that's an easy ZB. Second solve, for this one I did green. I saw these two opposite cross edges solved, this one here and this one here, and my first pair was this corner and this edge, and I was also able to track this pair in inspection as well quite easily. So yeah, this is just one move from being solved in relation to these two, so I just did the F2, bringing my pair here, and then a D prime, and then as I solve this with an R2, you sort of notice as the R2 comes through, this becomes a free pair, so I just went like that instead, D2 to finish the cross, and then I knew this pair would just end up here anyways, so I did those right after inserting this. Then I split these up, well not split them up, but lined them up rather, then inserted. Then I have this pair in the front here, and I didn't see anything so I rotated, and then from here I did edge orientation by putting the one edge in the back and solving the pair like this. So that was good. One thing I could have done is by this point I could have seen the line here and the line here and gotten an OLL skip with that. But to be honest, the ZBLL was probably better anyway since it's 2gen. So yeah, looks a lot like the last case actually, except the U-perm, even though it's on the right, it's going the other direction, so the opposite sticker is not here. And that's what the alg looks like. So it's kind of just like, take the front pair out, move it away, do some moves, just kind of play around with it. Take the back pair out, insert the front pair, insert the back pair. So yeah, you can learn that in your own time. Solve number 3. This one I did a white cross, noticing these two edges one move away from being solved, but not at once. This edge is here just above this, and then this one's also one move from solved. And my first pair was this corner and this edge. I could have done some slight cancellations and done my first power algorithm from the back to like save moves and maybe be faster, but for some reason I felt like just rotating and doing the pair from this angle since it filled up the back left slot. So what the cross looked like is I did D2 R prime to get these two solved with each other, and then D prime RL to finish, noticing these two here. And what I could have done was I could have done like L R prime and then solved the pair like that. But what I did instead was rotated here and did the algorithm from here to solve the pair. Then I noticed a free pair here, like that. From this point I could have multi-slotted the last pair by just doing a D prime and then doing something like that. and then a D to finish. But I didn't quite spot the solved corner there, so I just solved this like so. Rotated, and then this pair here I saw I was going to get an EO skip. And then I inserted like this to give me a diagonal T ZBLL as opposed to a diagonal anti-zoom, which would have led to a V-thumb, so probably a good choice. And then this ZBLL, I just recognize it by being diagonal, these match and these match. And then we have a pair here and an adjacent sticker here as opposed to like green or blue. And the algorithm looks like that. Not really super easy to break down, although you can kind of follow it if you understand, you know, just playing with F12 pairs using like commutator tricks. But yeah, I might type that alg out in the comments somewhere if people want it. Alright, for this one I did a white cross, and a little fun fact is that I actually misscrambled for this solve. The one that's displayed right now is correct, but the first B should have been a B2. So yeah, first misscramble of the series, yay. Anyways, these two cross edges are solved with each other in relation. These two are one move away from both being solved, and then 2 moves total from being in relation to each other. So this cross is pretty straightforward. My first pair is here. I did D2FRD to solve the cross while tracking these two. Solved my first pair. Didn't really take note of this, and that kind of explains the rotation, because if I did notice this before doing these two, I would have definitely stayed rotationless. So these two, rotated, then did these two. I'm guessing once I did the rotation, this popped out to me. And then to solve them in the back, I did this rotationless insert. Pretty well known. Nothing fancy about that. This corner and this edge, solve them on the left. And then these two to finish. And then this ZBLL, I recognize it as it's the pi OLL. These two colors match, these two colors match. And then, because I'm bad and don't use block recognition for everything, the way I recognize this one is noting that this is opposite to this, and its opposite edge is here. So the alg looks like this, which is pretty much just 2 VLS algs done. Well, it's actually the inverse of a VLS followed by a different VLS. Like that. Last solve. This one I did an orange cross. This edge is one move away from solved. This is one move away. This one's kind of in a bad spot, and then this one's just hanging around. I started by doing R2 D prime R prime to solve this opposite with this, and also set this up nicely and preserve this, which is in a decent spot. And my first pair was this and this. This edge doesn't move at all. This kind of just swings over there in a different orientation. So R2, D prime, R prime. This is still here and can now be put in the correct position in one move. F, bringing this F12 corner here, the edge is still there. D prime, R2. That finishes the cross, and I can just solve this pair like this. Just so you guys saw that. This here, put it in the back, like that. I then rotated and saw this pair here, so connect them like so, then insert. As I did that, I saw these two here. Just line the edge up, bring the corner over, insert, and then lastly these two here. And then this ZBLL, again a no swap T, these two colors match, these two colors match. We have a clockwise U-perm going through the oriented corners, like that, and the alg looks like this. That's another one that's kind of just like tracking pairs randomly that I might as well just type up later anyways, so people can learn it. Or you can just go to algdb.net, where probably all of those algs are anyways, so. But anyways, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.